Have you ever woken up drenched in sweat, feeling shaky, dizzy, or suddenly hungry in the middle of the night? In our last video, we explored the hidden nighttime signs of diabetes, from leg cramps to sudden thirst, and how these quiet symptoms can raise your risk of nerve damage, kidney failure, and even heart disease. However, recognizing the signs is only the first step. Taking action tonight is what truly matters. That's why today, I'll walk you through 5 doctor-approved nighttime habits that lower blood sugar naturally, reduce glucose spikes after 60, and help you wake up with more clarity and balance. These practical, research-supported habits can be easily incorporated into your routine and promote healthier glucose control overnight. You won't need extreme diets or expensive pills, just a smarter, more supportive diabetic nighttime routine. Before we dive in, make sure to tap that like button and subscribe to Golden Aging Health, your trusted source for senior health, diabetes management, and science-backed tips for healthy aging. Ready to protect your sleep and your health? Let's begin with the first habit. Habit number 1. Check your blood sugar before bed. When it comes to stabilizing your blood sugar overnight, few habits offer more control than a quick check before bed. This small step offers big insight into how your body is handling glucose at the end of the day. According to the American Diabetes Association, bedtime blood sugar for older adults should ideally fall between 100 and 140 mg/dl. Levels above or below this range can quietly trigger overnight hypoglycemia or hyperglycemia, both of which disrupt sleep and increase your risk for complications like nerve damage, kidney strain, and early morning insulin resistance. One older gentleman I knew, Mr. Don, a retired high school teacher in his 70s, began experiencing groggy mornings and intense shakiness around 3 a.m. nearly every night. For a long time, he blamed it on aging or stress. However, one morning, his condition escalated unexpectedly. He lost consciousness while walking to the bathroom. At the hospital, doctors discovered that his blood sugar had dropped to a dangerously low level during the night. Following the incident, his physician advised implementing a consistent habit, measuring blood glucose levels prior to sleep. This simple adjustment marked a critical shift in his nightly routine. Through regular monitoring and appropriate dietary adjustments, he was able to improve his sleep quality and regain a sense of stability in his overall health management. If your glucose is too low, try a simple protein-based snack such as a slice of cheese, a hard-boiled egg, or peanut butter on whole grain toast. If it's too high, reduce your carb intake at dinner and take a gentle 10-minute walk after eating. By fostering more consistent overnight glucose control, this habit supports both restorative sleep and improved morning function. Of course, what you do before sleep isn't the only factor. What surrounds you during the night matters just as much. Habit number 2. Set up a comfortable sleep. Did you know that the temperature and lighting in your bedroom could quietly raise your blood sugar while you sleep? Most people focus on food and medication, but few realize that a poor sleep environment can disrupt overnight glucose control, especially for adults over 60. Let's start with room temperature. According to a study in diabetes care, sleeping in a room cooled to 66 degrees Fahrenheit, about 19 degrees Celsius, improved insulin sensitivity by over 20% in just 4 weeks. Diabetes Care 2015. Cooler temperatures encourage the body's brown fat to burn glucose for heat, supporting overnight blood sugar balance naturally. On the other hand, warm or stuffy rooms can lead to restlessness, higher cortisol levels, and elevated glucose readings in the morning, even in people who eat well or take their medications. Light exposure is another critical factor. A study from Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine demonstrated that even low levels of ambient light, such as those from nightlights or hallway illumination, can suppress melatonin secretion and negatively affect glucose metabolism during sleep. Over time, this disruption may contribute to increased insulin resistance in older adults. To enhance sleep quality and support glucose regulation, the National Institute on Aging recommends using blackout curtains to reduce ambient light and removing digital devices from the bedside area to limit blue light exposure. When illumination is necessary for safety, low-wattage amber nightlights are advised. It is also advisable to reduce noise and visual clutter in the sleep environment, as both have been associated with elevated nighttime cortisol levels. A quiet, orderly space promotes physiological relaxation and supports the body's ability to regulate glucose during sleep. Creating a cool, dark, and quiet room is a simple yet powerful way to support healthy aging and stable nighttime blood sugar. Tried adjusting your sleep environment before? Let us know what actually helped or what didn't in the comments below. Next, we'll shift focus to a habit that starts at the dinner table but influences blood sugar hours later. Habit number 3. Eat a balanced dinner with slow-digesting carbs. In a 2021 interview, Tom Hanks, who was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes in his mid-50s, shared that managing his evening meals, especially cutting back on refined carbohydrates, played a major role in stabilizing his blood sugar overnight. Like many older adults, he discovered that what's on the plate at 7 p.m. can dramatically affect glucose levels by 3 a.m. Did you know that the composition of your dinner can be one of the biggest predictors of nighttime blood sugar spikes after 60? Research published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism confirms that high glycemic meals, especially those heavy in white bread, rice, or sugary sauces, can lead to delayed glucose spikes several hours after eating, often peaking during the middle of the night. That's why experts recommend meals that combine lean protein, healthy fats, and low glycemic fiber-rich carbohydrates like lentils, broccoli, or quinoa. These foods digest more slowly, release glucose gradually, and reduce the risk of post-meal spikes. From a physiological perspective, slow-digesting carbs help maintain steady insulin levels and avoid triggering nighttime counter-regulatory hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline, both of which can elevate glucose while you sleep. Additionally, avoiding late-night eating, ideally finishing dinner at least 3 hours before bedtime, allows the digestive system to slow down and shift the body into a state of glucose maintenance, not glucose accumulation. The right evening meal supports more than digestion. It lays the foundation for metabolic, cardiovascular, and neurological stability overnight. It's easy to overlook what happens after a meal, but those next few minutes can quietly determine how well your body manages glucose levels overnight. Habit number 4. Go on a walk after meals. Engaging in light physical activity after meals is a well-established strategy for supporting glucose control, particularly in older adults. Studies from the American Diabetes Association and Sports Medicine Journal have shown that light-intensity walking for just 10 to 15 minutes after eating can significantly reduce postprandial blood glucose spikes, particularly in individuals over 60. This gentle activity enhances glucose uptake by muscles, increases insulin sensitivity, and helps reduce the burden on the pancreas. Physiologically, walking encourages your body to divert glucose from the bloodstream into cells, preventing the sharp elevation that typically occurs 1 to 2 hours after a carbohydrate-rich meal. In one meta-analysis, researchers found that walking after meals lowered average post-meal glucose by up to 30% compared to sitting or lying down. Importantly, even slow-paced walking around the house or in your garden can yield meaningful results. Did you know that walking after dinner can be just as effective as some glucose-lowering medications without any side effects? The key is consistency, not intensity. Experts suggest pairing post-meal walks with simple, enjoyable activities to promote long-term adherence, such as strolling through a nearby park or garden path, bringing along a pet or companion for light movement, noticing evening sights and sounds to engage the senses gently. Even a brief 10-minute session of low-intensity movement has been shown to provide measurable benefits for overnight glucose regulation, especially when practiced consistently. Before we wrap up, I'd love to know, has a short walk after dinner ever made a difference in how you sleep or feel the next morning? Share your thoughts below. Your experience might help someone else too. Habit number 5. Stay hydrated, but not too late. Glucose levels become more concentrated in the bloodstream when the body is even mildly dehydrated, increasing the risk of elevated blood sugar overnight. For older adults, maintaining hydration is a key part of metabolic balance, yet it's often overlooked. The National Institute on Aging warns that reduced thirst sensitivity with age can lead to chronic low-level dehydration, especially in the evening. This can impair kidney function and raise fasting glucose the next morning. That's what happened to Alan, a 68-year-old retiree from Oregon. Despite eating a healthy dinner and walking regularly, his morning glucose readings stayed elevated. It turned out he drank most of his water after 8 p.m., too late for his system to process effectively. Once he shifted to drinking water more evenly throughout the day and cut back in the evening, his sleep improved, and his blood sugar dropped back into target range. Consuming too many fluids close to bedtime often causes nocturia, frequent urination at night, which disrupts deep sleep. Poor sleep raises cortisol, a stress hormone known to interfere with overnight glucose regulation. To support more stable glycemic balance, health experts recommend front-loading hydration earlier in the day, ideally before 7 p.m., and sipping only lightly after dinner. Even seemingly minor adjustments, such as when you choose to hydrate, can exert a meaningful influence on how effectively your body regulates balancing blood sugar throughout the night. Managing diabetes overnight doesn't have to be complex or overwhelming. By adopting 5 simple evening habits: checking your blood sugar, creating a sleep-friendly environment, eating balanced meals, walking after dinner, and hydrating earlier, you can support more stable glucose levels overnight. These small changes can improve your sleep quality and reduce the risk of complications linked to nighttime blood sugar spikes. Over time, these habits don't just protect your nights, they build a healthier, more resilient tomorrow. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Golden Aging Health, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a tip that could protect your health or change your life. Thank you for watching, and remember, the best time to start protecting your future is tonight. Sleep well, stay strong, and take care.